The year was 1998. One man stood up to an entire government. The battle lasted for 5 long years in a courtroom. It was a fight that would shatter a monopoly. And from that fight, a billion-dollar empire was born. But how did a single man win against a whole country? Today, that man is Strive Masiyiwa. His family now controls a fortune worth $1.8 billion. Their company, Econet, is a telecom giant. It reaches across 20 different nations in Africa. Every single day, 38 million people use their networks. And yet, most of those people have never heard their name. This is not just a story about money. It's a tale of defiance, smart strategy, and hidden secrets. Behind the cell towers and the mobile money apps lies a family story that almost no one knows. Right now, as you watch this, the Masiyiwas are shaping Africa's future. So how did they rise from having nothing to become Zimbabwe's richest family? Today, we are going inside their empire, from the courtroom that started it all, to the secret moves that built a telecom titan. This is the untold story of Zimbabwe's richest family. In Zimbabwe, a few powerful families control the country's gold and fuel. They also own big buildings and sell things in shops. But one family was different. They did not get their money from their parents. The Masiyiwa family built their own empire, and they did it by standing up to the government. Imagine being just one person against a whole country's power. Imagine risking all your money and your good name on a fight. This is what Strive Masiyiwa did back in 1993. At that time, the government controlled all telephones in Zimbabwe. No private person was allowed to have a phone company, but Strive saw something no one else did. He saw a country that was hungry to talk to each other, and he found a law that he thought could be changed. His goal was not just to make a company. He wanted to change the rules for everyone. But fighting the government is never easy. So what happened when the government said no and kept saying it for 5 very long years? For 5 long years, from 1993 to 1998, Strive Masiyiwa fought a big fight. The government in Zimbabwe would not give him a license to start a phone company. So he took the government to court, not just once, but many times. Imagine 5 years of hearing the word no over and over again. His own money was running out very fast. Powerful people were putting more and more pressure on him. Most people would have given up and gone home, but Strive Masiyiwa just fought even harder. Then, in 1998, the highest court in the land said he had won. The court decided that the government's control was against the country's own rules. His company, called Econet Wireless, was finally given permission to be born. But winning the fight in court was only the very first step. The real secret was how he turned that small start into a giant. He had the paper he needed, but the country's roads and power were still very bad. When Econet Wireless began in 1998, Zimbabwe's phone world was almost empty. Not many people had landlines, and mobile phones were for rich people. The country's roads and power were not very good. Masiyiwa didn't just join a market that was already there. He created a brand new market. He saw people who were hungry to connect. He thought about the farmers in small villages. He thought about the people selling things in the city. He saw a whole country that wanted to talk to each other. In just 3 years, Econet became Zimbabwe's biggest phone network. By 2005, the company started to grow into other African countries. Today, Econet works in more than 20 countries, but selling phone calls was only the beginning. The real secret was what he did next. So what if you could also connect their money? In 2011, the Masiyiwa family did something very new. They created a service called EcoCash. It was Zimbabwe's first way to send money using just a mobile phone. This was a huge deal because most people in the country did not have a bank account. Suddenly, anyone with a phone could have a digital wallet. You could pay your electricity bill right from your phone. You could send money to family who lived far away in the village. You could even save your money safely without going to a bank. This gave power to people who never had it before. A person selling fruits on the street became like a banker. A family in a small village could save money for the very first time. EcoCash didn't just make the family rich. It changed the lives of millions of people. Today, EcoCash handles more than $10 billion every single year. Strive Masiyiwa owns a big part of this service, 33%. It is now one of the biggest money systems in all of Africa, but even a giant fortune needs to be kept safe. So how did the Masiyiwa family protect their money from big problems in the country? The answer is not found in Zimbabwe. It is found in places far, far beyond its borders. While other rich families in Zimbabwe kept their businesses at home, the Masiyiwas thought much bigger. They took their company, Econet, to many other nations in Africa: Burundi, Kenya, Lesotho, South Africa, Botswana, and even more. This was not just a way to make more money. It was a very smart plan to keep their fortune safe. By spreading their business to many places, they protected it. If Zimbabwe had a big problem, their money in other countries was still okay. Today, Econet works in more than 20 African countries. The family's money is now in many different things. It is in phone service, in new energy like sun and wind power, and in digital money. They don't just own the big towers for phones, they own the digital roads that the whole continent uses. But to be this big in Africa, you need friends all over the world. So Strive did something that surprised all the business people. He didn't just build companies in Africa. He became a boss in one of the biggest entertainment companies in the world. In the year 2020, Strive Masiyiwa did something that shocked the business world. He became the first person from Zimbabwe to join the board of Netflix. Suddenly, the man who fought his own government was sitting in meetings with the bosses of big tech in America. This was not just about being famous. It was a very smart move. Netflix wanted to show its movies to people all across Africa. And Strive already had the digital roads and the trust of millions. This one move opened doors to money and friends all over the world. The name Masiyiwa became a global brand. But being this rich is not just about making more money. It is also about shaping the story that people hear. So while the world saw a rich man on a famous board, what was he planning in secret? Many rich families in Africa fight over who gets the money when the parents are gone. But the Masiyiwa family works like a well-trained team. Strive and his wife, Tsitsi, built a big company. They also built a family plan to last for many, many years. Their children are not just waiting to get the money. Each child has a special job to do in the family business. Some help give money to people who need it. Others are in charge of different parts of the company. Every one of them has been trained for a special purpose. The family's money is kept very safe in special legal boxes called trusts. It is also spread across many different countries. This is not just about being rich. It is like building a money castle with strong walls. But the Masiyiwas knew something that many other rich people do not. They knew that a true legacy is not just about what you keep. It is about what you give away. So while they were building their billion-dollar company, they were also building something else entirely. In 1996, Strive and his wife Tsitsi started the Higher Life Foundation. Its job was to help children, especially those who had no mom or dad. It gave them schools, doctors, and support to build a better future. But this was more than just being nice and giving away money. It was a very smart plan to build a good name for their family. Think about it. They helped pay for school for over 250,000 children. These kids will always remember the Masiyiwa name with a smile, not anger. The foundation has given more than $100 million to help people. This is not just about being kind. It is like planting seeds of respect that will grow for many, many years. This good work gave the family something very powerful. It gave them the right to be seen as good and honest leaders. With this good name came power in the country's politics. So how did the family walk through the dangerous world of politics? In Zimbabwe, being very rich and being involved in politics can be a very dangerous game. Many powerful people who said no to the government lost everything they had. Their businesses were taken away, and their big empires were broken into pieces. But the Masiyiwa family did not lose. They survived and even became stronger. So how did they do it when so many others failed? Their secret was to be a big name outside of Zimbabwe. Strive Masiyiwa was not just a businessman from Harare. He became a person known all over the world. He was on the board of Netflix, a company everyone knows. He was an important person for the African Union, which is a group of countries working together. And he was known as a very kind person who gave a lot of money to help children. This made it very hard for the government in Zimbabwe to just take his things. If they tried, the whole world would see and get angry. It would be like attacking a famous global star, not just a local businessman. During the most unstable times in Zimbabwe, when other companies were falling apart, Econet kept working. The Masiyiwas used their good name around the world as a shield to protect them. Their work in other African countries and their charity also acted like a strong wall. But even a family with a strong wall around them can face problems from inside their own house. So what is the one secret the Masiyiwa family protects more than anything else? The number you hear, $1.8 billion, is just what people can see on the outside. It is only the top of a very, very deep ocean. The real fortune of the Masiyiwa family is hidden in many secret places. It is in businesses that are not on the stock market. It is in private investments that most people have never heard of. And it is in special accounts in different countries around the world. True billionaires do not like to show all their money. They keep it in plans and boxes that are very, very hard to understand. The Masiyiwas have put their money into things that build the future. They own parts of companies that make energy from the sun and the wind. This is called renewable energy, and it is very important. They are also in the business of satellites that float high above the earth. These satellites help phones and internet work in places that are very far away. The family also gives money to new companies that are changing how people use money on their phones. This is called fintech, and it is the future of banking. Their money is not just sitting still, it is a living thing, growing bigger and bigger in complete silence. But the biggest secret of the Masiyiwa family is not about their money at all. It is about the big idea, the vision that guides everything they do. Because while other rich people are just trying to get more and more money, the Masiyiwas are building something that will last for a very, very long time. The Masiyiwa family isn't just Zimbabwe's richest. They are its most strategically immortal, while other families built fortunes of gold and fuel. Fortunes that could be seized, taxed, or just given away. The Masiyiwas built systems. They created telecom networks that power whole nations. They built mobile money that acts like a bank for millions. They started foundations that educate a whole generation. Their empire doesn't depend on one person, one industry, or even one country. The ultimate secret is this: true wealth isn't just what you own. It is what survives you. Even if every dollar was taken away tomorrow, the networks would still be there. The goodwill would still be there. The Masiyiwas understood this from the very beginning. From a 5-year fight in a courtroom to a billion-dollar company. From one mobile network to powering 20 nations. It was never really about the money. It was about building a system that lasts forever. And that is a legacy no government, no crisis, and no future generation can ever erase. Inside Zimbabwe's richest family, we found much more than just money. We found a story of defiance, smart plans, and a big vision from Strive's fight in a courtroom to a mobile money revolution. From building a company across Africa to a seat on Netflix's board, the Masiyiwas showed that real power is not just given to you. It is something you earn, protect, and grow for many years. They built an empire not on things like gold, but on connecting people and new ideas. If this story showed you secrets you never knew before, please hit that like button, share this video with anyone who wants to know how real empires are built, and subscribe for more untold stories of powerful families. Now, tell me in the comments, which secret surprised you the most? Was it the long legal fight, the eco-cash idea, the Netflix job, or the hidden wealth? Let me know below, and let's learn more together.